Okay. So hypothetically, let's say that it's 1997 and you're an Irish-American mobster living on Long Island with your wife and your 4 young children. It's not a great time to be in organized crime. Your wife, who also comes from a mob family, has this idea for a chain of nightclubs that would conduct both legitimate and illegitimate businesses in several major cities around the world. These would be nightclubs, restaurants, places that would conduct legitimate business and bring in legitimate income, but they would also maybe have, say, soundproof rooms in the basement, gun safes, places to hide out if maybe someone was looking for you, a private medical bay where people could go receive treatment if they had a rough night. And in order to procure one of these clubs in your major city, you and everybody involved in your unit would basically have to swear that no violence would take place on the premises. And you know what? For the time, this isn't a bad idea. Your wife's got a few good ideas sometimes, but you'd have to tweak it to fit your specific specifications. You're gonna be the face of this thing after all. Each one of these clubs would fit a specific aesthetic for the country that it's in, and also specifically be tailored to meet and benefit the organized crime of the local area. You and your wife would remain silent partners. Everybody seems to be happy, except you really don't want to let your wife go back to Ireland so she can ask her family for financial support. A friend of a friend of a friend mentions offhandedly that he knows this young couple that seems to have a shit ton of money, and luckily they're gonna be in Manhattan next week for a wedding. Through this friend of a friend of a friend, you get their contact information, you make your oldest daughter play babysitter one night, and then you and your wife drive from Long Island to Manhattan. You pull up to Le Coq Basque and immediately realize there's something off about these people. The first thing that you notice is that neither one of them can be over 25, and how the hell do they have so much money that they're interested in investing in not just one nightclub, but a chain of them? The young wife opens her mouth, and immediately you realize that she's gotta be one of those posh trust fund babies. And he's one of those people, so it's probably Samsung money. As the wine starts to flow, you realize that it's not actually a trust fund baby. She's a self-made artist, and he seems to own some family furniture empire that you've never heard about. And also, both of them seem really invested in whatever your wife is saying when you're the one doing all the talking, so what's going on? Turns out they know people in almost every city you're interested in having a club in. And not only do they know people, they know the kind of people that would help you get permits, funding, decorations. They also keep name-dropping celebrities, politicians, musicians, actors. Plus the husband keeps mentioning something called K-pop that you've never heard of, and it's probably not gonna pan out into anything important, but he knows people that do it, so I guess there's a connection. As they're clearing away the main course, you hear you're in. Turns out Posh Girlie isn't actually that posh. She's from Ireland. And while Posh Woman's mother is from Southern Ireland, her father grew up right outside of Dublin, right next to where your wife is from. You have an in! Well, you would have an in if they were listening to anything you were saying, which obviously they should because you're the guy here. You know what you want. But they keep pivoting back to whatever your wife wants to talk about. They don't seem to care about any of the men that you know. These are big, important people. Why don't they care about them? Why don't they care about you? Anyway, dessert and cappuccinos is kind of a quiet affair, except the women are blathering on about, art and, something. They tell you what a wonderful time they had and how they'll deeply consider this opportunity, and the husband gives you the business card that you shove into your pocket and you forget about for 2 weeks. You talk to a couple of your guys, and nobody seems to know who they are, so they really can't be that important, so why are you gonna take an opportunity from them? I mean, yeah, they have money, but, that's only part of it. You want respect. And nobody respects anybody that doesn't have a name. Your wife comes to you asking if you still have the business card with all of this guy's information on it because she wants to send them a thank you note. And then you tell her that if she can't find it, it's probably because she didn't check your pants before she took them to the dry cleaners and the business card disintegrated, so it's kind of her fault. Your plans for the nightclub never end up getting off the ground, and everybody just kind of treats it as a bad joke, and it was a bad investment anyway. And it wasn't like you weren't telling anybody the true plans that your wife had drawn up. It was all kind of your idea because you were gonna be the face of this thing. They should listen to you. Anyway, hop forward a couple of years, and now you're having heart failure, and all of your children have grown up to disappoint you in various ways. Also, your wife has passed away. You're forced to move out of your beautiful mansion into something that's more sustainable and will be better benefiting to your needs. So now you have a stupid little male nurse that you hate. Anyway, one day, your youngest daughter comes to you in a big old huff over nothing, really. She found her mom's old business plans for the nightclub system. And she confronts you over the fact that you didn't respect your wife, and she could have really done something impressive for the family, not only your family, but several other families involved in the business. But how dare she talk to you like that? Who's she to talk to you like that and also steal boxes of documents out of your house? You definitely threw that business card away, though. There's no way that it's tucked in a folder or anything. Why would anybody listen to your daughter? I mean, Sunday's cute, but she's never really done anything important. Anyway, this is hypothetical anyway, so you don't have anything to worry about. You're fine. Right?